Two.
That's my daughter.
It's okay. My old phones do it all the time. Okay, let's see who's going to hop on. Let's see.
Oh my God. Normal time.
Hello. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. I have a guest tonight in the house. So we'll see who's going to hop on. Hello. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Hello. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. This is Jen. She's from South Dakota also. She's my guest tonight.
Hello.
So if you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Hello. We'll see who else. Everybody just hopped off.
They're like, oh great, there's somebody else there.
What happens to me too?
Oh.
Hello.
There's two people on now.
Cat.
Okay, I never get to see what you see. So.
Yeah, well now you get to see what I see. It's okay, you can talk. It's okay. That's it. This is real. We're real here. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota, and we have a guest tonight. My friend Jen is on with us. So tell us who you are, where you're from tonight, guys. Hello? Don't be shy. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Hello? Anybody going to talk to us tonight? Hello? California, welcome. And what was your name? I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Johnny, hi from Arkansas. Welcome, Johnny. Angela. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. Ray. Okay, welcome, Ray. Glad to have you here. Manuel, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota, and I have a guest tonight. My friend Jen's with us. And we're going to get started here in just a few minutes. We're going to let a few more people hop on. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Hello. What are we doing? Well, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Granny Amy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Tonight, our topic is we're going to talk about it's okay to ask for help. That's our topic tonight. So if you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. Looks like we're doing really good, so we're going to get started. If you're not familiar with my page, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. I have a special guest. My friend Jen's on with us tonight. The reason I'm here is I started my TikTok a year ago in March for TikTok purposes. My husband unalived himself. And that's when I discovered that I had abilities to talk to my guides. Virginia, welcome. Thank you. Ray, thank you for the follow. Granny, thank you. Mississippi, welcome. And thank you for the badge. Is it Tate Dog 805? Did I get that right? Where are you from? Nancy from Florida, welcome. Glad to have you here. And so after my husband passed away, like I said, I found out I had abilities to talk to my guides, and they slowly breadcrumbed me to my purpose, which is to be here with all you lovely people. Aw, thank you for that. We appreciate that. Thanks a lot, Nancy. We appreciate that. Aw, so much love. Mark from Illinois, welcome. Oh boy, I am so sorry. I can empathize. I struggle with mental health. Thank you. Thank you, Granny Amy, for the heart too. We appreciate that. And so basically my purpose in life is to help others with loss and trauma. And we talk about uplifting others and those kind of things here. So I only have two rules if you're just hopping on for the first time. The one rule is I just ask that you be kind. And the second one is that I just ask we don't talk any politics. Thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. Sorry guys, the chat's going crazy tonight. I'm trying to keep up. Thank you for all that. I'm on hospice. Do you want to elaborate on that, Granny Amy? Are you a nurse on hospice or exactly what? Sorry for your loss. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me back up here. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you guys for that and all the hearts and everything. I appreciate that so much. Are you an artist because your drawings my attention? Oh, okay. If you're just hopping on, tell me who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. I have a special guest. My friend is with me tonight.
Hello.
How am I doing? I'm doing well tonight. How are you? No, I'm on hospice. Oh, you have heart failure. I am so sorry. Oh, goodness, girl. I'm so sorry. Well, just know we're here for you as long as you need us, okay? I'm from Colorado Springs, and we're from South Dakota. And so tonight, whenever I go live, generally, sometimes I just come on to chat, but generally I get a topic from my guides. And tonight's topic is, we're going to talk about it's okay to ask for help. What that means, I have anxiety and depression because I lost all of the members of my family. I am so sorry. Do you have a name and where you're from? Doreen from Florida, welcome. Glad to have you here. Yeah, hugs to Granny Amy. We are all sending hugs for sure. That's too bad. But as long as you're with us, you're welcome to hop on and be a part of this community. We'll be here to, give you as much love as we can. Debbie from Ohio, thank you. Welcome. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, guys. Okay. I'm not even going to go there, user, whatever that is. Okay, so what we're going to talk about, like I said, is it's okay to ask for help. And who are we asking for help, right? I know when my husband passed away, that's a big struggle for me, right? I'm not used to asking for help. And so once I discovered that I have abilities to talk to my guides, that's one thing now I have to remind myself, and that's you all have a spirit team. We all have angels and guides, and you can ask them for help. And it's good to ask them for help because we all have free will. God or divine or source, anybody, whatever you call it, give us free will on this earth. And so we have to ask, right? They can't just come in and take over. So if you need help, it's okay to ask our spirit team, your angels, your guides for help. I'm single father with 4 kids. Oh, bless you. Well, welcome to our community. Glad to have you here. Yeah, we're with you, Granny Amy. Anytime you need anything from us, just hop on. I'm here 4 nights a week generally. Last week, I apologize, guys. I wasn't on as often. So we talked about the spirit team, guides. So who else can we ask for help? Jen, thoughts?
I would like to expand on what I used to have to ask for help for, which is basically like when I became a single mom, when I got out of the military, I needed help. I needed childcare assistance. I went and got everything I could to make sure my daughter had a roof over her head.
There you go. So if you're a single parent or a father of 4, sometimes you just got to ask for help, right? That's really important. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking me. Do you want to elaborate on that? Can you find it from me? Are you talking about help? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. Can you elaborate? Thanks for all the likes, Joyce. I appreciate that. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. My friend Jen is hopping on with us tonight. Yes, of course. Okay. So, I'm here. I'm here 4 nights a week. I'm not sure is there certain kind of help that you're looking for? Can you elaborate on that? And so my guide said to say, sometimes we all need help, right? At some point in our life, sometimes we have to put our pride aside and say we need help. And some of the things that we were talking, and it doesn't mean you're weak. I'm freezing up. I'm sorry. It does that sometimes. I hate it. You pay $100 for internet and you freeze or whatever. It sucks. I'm so sorry. Did you catch what I said? So it doesn't make you a weak person if you're asking for help. Right? And what Jen and I'm going to let Jen take over here for a second. We were talking about retreating when we were struggling. Jen, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I was giving her an example of sometimes when people, like possibly her, get upset. And
Welcome, Joyce from Grand Rapids. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. And people get upset, and then they retreat back into themselves rather than, taking that help from somebody else. So like, I know when she's not doing well, I want to reach out and help her, and sometimes she will retreat, and that's just what she does because she's used to that. But I want her to know that she doesn't have to do that she can talk to me if it's something that she's upset about or whatever, or if she's just struggling, then I want to be there for her, just like, and so to ask
right.
Sorry. To ask for help.
She's not used to the distraction.
That's okay. And if she doesn't ask for help, then I don't want to pry, but at the same time, I want to let her know in some way or another that I can be there for her.
And I'm going to piggyback on that. So what she's talking about is I'm very much a retreater, right? And what our conversation was before we started tonight. And yes, I did read your comment. Not everybody wants help. And that's fine too. But know sometimes that it's okay to ask for help, even if you don't want to sometimes. But I'm going to piggyback on what she said. So yes, I do like to retreat. And I guess for me, a lot of that though has to do with survival mode, right? How many of us have been in survival mode for so long in our lives where we haven't always had somebody there to depend on, right? And so we just retreat because we've never had somebody there. Because there's times in my life where, where we either didn't know each other, or she was busy with her life and I was busy with my life. And so I just retreated because, I didn't think I had anybody.
Right. You didn't have anybody to go to
so you retreat or, and sometimes it has to do with trust issues too. Not saying I don't trust her, because now I do completely.
Well, sometimes I have the trust issues.
But their trust issues can come into play too. I'm going to back up in the chat real quick here, guys. Sorry. Hey, Julie, how are you? Thank you for the badge. How are you doing? I'm going to go back. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Granny Amy, thank you for the heart. We did appreciate that. Let's see. Know what I said is when you ask for help, not everybody wants to help. Okay. Now I understand.
Not everybody wants
to help.
Yeah.
And I want to actually say something to that. And I've talked about this on my lives before. Just let me get through the chat real quick here. Thank you for the heart, me, Melanie. I appreciate that. And the badge.
Beautiful lady.
Elle, thank you. We appreciate that too. Thanks for the badge. Can we chat private? I guess you can message me after. We'll decide what help you need. I'm not exactly sure what you're needing. Or raised not to ask for help. Yep, that's another good one. It's trust, but also I didn't believe anybody will ever be there for me. Exactly. And so I wanted to speak to that because, when somebody dies, so when my husband passed away, right, everybody reaches out if you need anything, right? If you need anything, call me, message me, right? And, of course, I got lots of those messages. And then when I got home, I actually reached out to 2 different people and was basically treated like, what are you calling or messaging me for, And so I've talked about that on another live about how important it is, to really mean what we say, right? So if we tell somebody, and know that, I'm that type of person. Thank you for all the likes too. I'm not sure who's doing that. I'm not catching it. But it's really important, to have integrity when it comes to that, right? So don't say something you don't mean, because in my case, I really did need some people to lean on at that time. And like I said, I reached out to 2 different people, and you would think I was asking for the moon, the stars, and beyond, right? So don't say that to somebody, especially somebody, who's in a really bad spot, if you don't mean it, because that's exactly correct. Sometimes, people just say things and they don't realize that, that person might really take you seriously and need somebody, and, if somebody's, let's just say mentally standing on the edge of a cliff and they need somebody and you say, hey, if you need something, holler, and they holler and you're not there for them, they could go off that cliff, right? And I'm talking mentally, right? So that's just really important. So I'm glad that, I wanted to add that. You, Julie, you what, right? Yes. And then it hurts more. Exactly. Foot Fetish 73, thank you for the follow. Do you have a name and where you're from? Oh, for the likes? Okay. Okay, I got it now.
It's her doing the likes.
It's, yeah. So if you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee, and I have a special guest tonight. My friend Jen is on with us. And so another one we were going to talk about tonight too is vets, right? And Jen's really good with this one too, so I'm going to turn it over to her because she is a vet. So
yeah, and I just brought that up because, you know, I am a veteran, and I didn't deal with a lot of what
well, like war. You didn't really go to the
stuff
wars.
Like that, but there's many who have, and they come back out of being in there 20 some years or more, especially the Marines and the Army, and they don't fit in. They don't feel like they fit in,
right?
And they don't always ask for help because they don't think they can.
Well, and they're not sure how to assimilate back into what we would call the real world, because their whole life has been the military, right?
Right. So it's kind of different. But then if they're also misunderstood because they've had to deal with like seeing people die or killing somebody or whatever,
right?
So they have that other aspect of it, which the PTSD comes in. I know a lot about because I do have a master's in counseling. So I kind of learned about a lot of that stuff. But, and so they don't always go, and they, you know, the suicide rate is very high.
Oh, it's outstanding, and it's getting worse every day. Sadly, it really is.
I shouldn't have said that word.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. We just have to watch what we say here because they'll knock me off. It's okay. It's okay. So, but if you're touchy with touchy subjects, just know we do talk about touchy subjects here, so don't report me. We have the unalive rate, yeah. We have to be careful what we say, or TikTok.
That's my fault. Yeah.
What is your name on TikTok? My name? Well, it's right there. Isn't it right there?
Yep, it's Renee.
Yeah.
That's her name on. Oh, is she talking about me? Because
she doesn't have a TikTok. She's just my special guest tonight. We're going to talk about something towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, I have a TikTok, but I don't get on.
Yeah,
there.
she doesn't. She gets on to watch me and some other people. Yeah. So okay, so that's a little bit about the veterans part. Let's see, bounce back. What was that we were going to talk about, Jen?
We were talking about like when you can't bounce back.
Okay, right. So for me, like I've talked about this before on my lives, is that I do have a tendency to retreat. There's certain times where I just need to be alone. I need that. There's certain of us people that just need that alone time, that they don't like to be around people. And here's the thing. So for me, when my husband passed away, I literally retreated for like a week. Like I locked my camper door. My mom couldn't get in. I know my mom was worried sick, right? And for me at the time, I just needed live restriction.
My fault. Sorry.
It's okay. We just got a restriction. It's okay. It'll be what it'll be. They restrict us no matter what. I'm like a turtle. I climb in my shell. LOL. And some of us are. And like I've said before, excuse me. That's okay. It's okay to retreat, but it's also good to know when you're kind of retreated and you're like, okay, I can't bounce myself back, right? Does that make sense? Like, no, you have to know yourself well enough to know, okay, I'm at the point of where I don't know if I can pull myself out of this, right? And then that's when we would go to counselor or, somebody like Jen who has, their counseling, whatever, knowing when you can't pull yourself out of it. And that's really important to know yourself well enough to know that, right? Like there's been times where it's like, I should have called her, where I have been.
Or I have called her and she's blocked my call.
Yes. But then she's
it's
also,
okay.
But she's my best friend for 21 years. So she also knows now when, if I say I'm fine, she's like, okay, I'm coming over because I know you're not fine. Right. So
or if she blocks my call, then I go, okay, well, I'll just try her later because I know she's
right. So just know, and it's good to have a friend. And I know not everybody has that type of friend. That's
true.
And that's what's sad. And that's where, I think that's what brought up before about, some of us don't ask for help because there isn't anybody there to ask, or we don't think anybody that we ask will be there for us, right? Blocking is hurtful. Well, I don't block her. I'll just decline or call sometimes if I'm like in a mood where it's like I just can't talk to anybody at that moment. So it's not like I'm blocking her. Does that make sense? You didn't have any time, right? Okay, good luck.
My time.
I didn't have my time.
I don't know what that
I'm
means.
not sure what you're meaning. I don't know.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for all the likes, Julie. We appreciate that. Totally understand.
Oh, blocking is hurtful, she said. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
but I understand why. I know it's usually because she's upset. And then she doesn't block me like...
Yeah,
except
I just
for, like,
declined her call or something.
Decline the call. That's what I meant.
Yes.
Not block me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said blocked because that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
Decline the call. That's what I meant.
Yeah. So, okay, guys. Well, that's kind of all we were going to talk about on that topic. Does anybody else have anything? I forgot to say, too, that I am on my journey of life where I am. You are on your journey of life where you are. And none of us are going to agree on everything. And so on my page, we agree to disagree. And if you can't do that, I just ask that you keep scrolling.
You weren't just ready to talk.
And yes, you just weren't ready to talk yet. Exactly. And that's me. Sometimes I have to go into my shell. And then later I would probably text her and be like, hey,
Well, usually what happens is I'll be like, love you.
Yeah.
Text.
Right. Yeah. We've known each other long enough. We kind of know each other well enough to know what's happening there. So yeah. So does anybody have any questions on that or anything else they want to add? Aligning with your inner self. Exactly. Yes, for sure. Yeah. And so I'm going to do a couple plugs here real quick while I'm waiting to see if anybody else has anything they would like to say. If you're just hopping on, tell us who you are, where you're from.
Aligning with my inner self.
Yeah. When you retreat, sometimes you just need to, so true. For sure, I agree too. So if you're not familiar, I have a YouTube channel and that is called Scorpio Medium. And if you're already not subscribed, I would love it if you went over there and subscribed. Martin from Kentucky, welcome. Glad to have you here. If you're not familiar, my name is Renee. I'm from South Dakota. Welcome. Thank you for all the likes, Julie. I appreciate you so much. What?
My daughter's on there.
Oh, did she hop on? I missed it.
It says Anna something liked my...
Oh, okay. I missed it. Thank you for the follow, Martin. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. And so, so if you're not a subscriber over there, I would love it if you went over there to Scorpio Medium and subscribed. You'll find all the videos that I have here uploaded over there. The only difference is when I go live here, I upload it over there. So if you miss a night and you want to catch it, you can go over there and catch it. I'm always live between 7 and 8 o'clock Mountain Time, generally about 7:15-ish, Sunday through Wednesday. I try. I was not on twice last week. I apologize, guys. I worked actually I ended up working today, so I worked a 14 days straight. It'll be 19 by next week. So I get a little tired sometimes and I just can't function. So I will follow you. You seem pretty nice. Aw, thank you. I appreciate that.
Very nice.
I am very nice. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. And so we're going to throw in something a little new tonight. So be on the watch. Coming soon. We're not exactly sure because we've got to work out schedules. So I've been talking about how I'm going to try to start going live on Thursday nights on my YouTube because I have a lot of subscribers over there that aren't on TikTok. And so be on the lookout. Coming soon, Real Talk with Renee and Jen is going to be coming to YouTube. We'll probably just air that on Scorpio Medium, right? Or will we have...
We'll do it on Scorpio
We'll
Medium.
just do it on my Scorpio Medium. Mm-hmm. So be on the lookout for that as soon as we can coordinate because she's starting a new job, so we got to get schedules good. But that's probably either going to be Sunday evenings or Thursday evenings over there. We're not quite sure. So that'll fluctuate depending on, and so I'll have to change my schedule here a little bit too, but we'll get it all figured out. I'll make sure so everybody knows what's going on. But
What's it be called?
Real Talk with Renee and Jen. So you'll catch that over there on Scorpio Medium. We hope to see you guys over there. Does anybody else have anything else they want to talk about? Anybody? Tonight, going once? Anybody had a loss? How was your weekend? How was your week? Julie says, hi, Jen.
Julie. You're so awesome.
So we're hoping to get...
she says, yay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. She said yay before that.
Yeah, I see that. So, does anybody else have anything else that they... Oh, and I forgot to mention. So, if you hadn't noticed, I am a medium also. And so if you would like to set up a channeling session between somebody, our side and the other side of the veil that's crossed over, if you go to my bio here or my bio over on Scorpio Medium, you can find my email address. And if you email me, we can set that up that way. So if anybody has anybody that they would like me to channel on the other side, that's how you would do that there. Also, I have added on a couple of my platforms. I believe it's this one, and I'm not sure what I know over there, because some of them I don't have room to add anything else, but I have also added my Venmo account. It does take time to make content for you all, and I love doing it, and I love being here, and it is my purpose. But it does take some time. So if you are able to donate, I would greatly appreciate it. I never want anybody to take out of their own pocket. If you can't, you can't. I understand. But that is available if you're interested in supporting my channel and you do like my content. It is available over there or in my bio. You can find it. Like I said, some places don't have it because it didn't give me enough space to put it. But just letting everybody know that. So does anybody else have anything? Anybody had a loss or anything that they want to talk about tonight? Kind of finishing a little early. Anybody? Going once? Was that Anna?
Anna's Adventures. That's
okay.
That's my beautiful
That's
daughter.
her daughter. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, since nobody's got any other questions or anything else that they wanted to add, manifesting. What are we manifesting? And I apologize because I don't want to slaughter your name, but I did see you were from Chicago, I think, right? Wasn't that you? You asked a question. Okay, Julie, well, they must have filtered it. Can you try again? And I apologize, guys. If you're making comments and you're not seeing me answer them, that means I'm not getting them. I have all my filters off. They don't filter any of the trolls, just good comments. So I apologize.
I hope it wasn't because I said the other word.
No, they just do it. It's
okay.
Constant.
You can call it the S word. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
No. So, can you try and ask again, Julie? And hopefully I can catch it. Otherwise, if it's not, I mean, you can always. Will the fraud I found be confirmed and revealed?
Oh, who's that though? That's Mike.
Mike, I'm not sure what you're referring to.
He's trying to see if you can give him a reading, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, I am psychic, but I don't do that on here. So I'm sorry I can't help you there. Let's see. You did? Okay. I just lost you and found you again. Yes.
He's from Chicago.
Okay.
He's the one that was from
Manifesting stability in life. Okay. Is that something you want us to talk about? Because we can talk about that. Just probably not tonight. How did we become buddies? Okay, well, I moved here in 2004 to South Dakota, and we actually used to work together at a daycare. So
that's where I met her. And
that's how we met.
We became fast friends, and
yeah, we've grown apart a little bit here and there through the years because her life went one way and my life went another way. I never knew this about her, but I was always interested in the spiritual aspect and things like mediums and stuff. Did not realize that we actually met for a purpose and to come back to now. Well, and I'm glad that I had her because she was the only one that really stuck with me when my husband unalived himself. She's been my godsend, right? I didn't have a lot of support. Most people don't know, and I don't make this widely known, but I'm going to start making it known because I think it's sad. I was with my husband for 32 years and his family basically dropped me like a hot potato. So, and I'm not going to beat around the bush about that anymore. It is what it is, and I'm sure they have their reasons. Maybe they blame me. I don't know. And if that's what makes them sleep better at night, then hey, that's fine. But I didn't really have a lot of support. So it was a good thing that we were friends. And, she was like, hey, we both like to go dancing. And so she, that winter, she's like, let's go out, let's go dancing, and so she's just been there for me when nobody else has other than my children. So
who cares?
And then the people online.
What does it say?
We're not going to acknowledge it.
Okay.
Hold on, guys. Sorry. Always got one in the group. Be gone. I'm a witch, don't you know? Sorry. I'm going to go back to the chat because I think I missed a couple. I'm not going to even acknowledge it. I'm
I
boring,
just
which
wanted
is
to see
fine.
what
You
I
can
said.
hop off and keep scrolling. Nobody twisted your arm to be here. So yeah, so did that answer your question, Julie? So that's how we became buddies, pretty much. Yeah, that's how we started. So we became friends and then we started going dancing way back when.
And karaoke.
And karaoke. So I don't sing. She does. Well, I have a few times, but I always had to have the liquid courage, and now I don't drink, so so I don't sing.
We used to have that for dancing too. Now you don't need it.
I don't need it now either. No.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's good. Anyway, does anybody else have anything else they want to say or ask before we hop off here for the night?
Yes.
Anybody going once? Going twice? Aaron, did I do something annoyingly to... I'm not for sure. I'm a medium, but I don't usually do readings or anything like that online.
It's hard to say at this point. Yeah.
Yeah. What does your intuition tell you? See, this is the thing, is what most people don't realize is you can rely on your intuition. We're from South Dakota, Sammy. Where are you from? You need to rely more on your own intuition. What does your own intuition tell you? Right?
More than likely, it's you know what it's.
You
telling
already know the answer. The answer you need is inside of you. It isn't with me or any other psychic or medium or anything like that. Generally, you can answer your own question.
Sometimes we ignore those.
Yeah, exactly. You need to sit with yourself, go out in nature, and yeah, most of the time, all the answers you need are usually inside of you. Unfortunately, our world has made us think that we need something external to get our answers. And that's generally not true, because Source, God, whatever it is you believe in, the Creator, the Divine, we are part of the Divine, the Creator, God, and give us everything, our own internal compass. It's just people don't listen to it, right? Because you think you have to have that external validation from somebody else. Just listen to yourself. Okay? Sammy, thank you for the badge. I appreciate that. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Just to put on that, it starts with self-love, because I know I've struggled with self-love. So
Yep.
once you're able to do that, which I'm still working on, I'm just going to say that.
Right. Well, we
then
all
you
sometimes.
don't always know how to listen to your inner voice because of that, and
Right.
be your own compass.
Exactly.
And that's hard.
And that's with almost everything, is what I'm discovering is, if you don't love yourself first, then it's a lot that, that has to do with a lot of other things come into play with that. So, but yeah. Okay, guys, does anybody else have anything else they want to add? Anybody? Going once? Okay, I will be back here tomorrow night about 7 o'clock Mountain Time. Not sure what our topic is yet for the night. If nobody else has anything else they want to add or say, like I said, I would love it if you went over to Scorpio Medium and subscribed. That would be amazing.
Loving yourself
Is so important, because everything comes back to that, right? Like people pleasing, we generally only people please because we want that validation from somebody. And so when we've learned to love ourselves, then we don't need that validation anymore, right? So it comes into play with pretty much everything that goes on in our life. It all comes back to, do you love yourself? Really, it does. So, okay, guys, anybody else? Going once? Going twice? Anybody? All right, guys. Well, I will see you all tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I hope you all have a great night. Remember to make tomorrow great, because it is a choice. And on that note, I'm going to say until we meet again. Only 1 in 5 comments going through. I'm sorry, Julie. I'm glad that you told me that. See, that's what I'm saying. I have my filters off, but I don't know why. They don't filter out the trolls ever.
Well, they filtered because of me, probably.
No, it doesn't really matter.
I know.
That's just what they do. So if I didn't answer your question, and you did have a question or a comment that's really important to you, you can DM me, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I get lots of those every day. So, but if it is important to you and you really need an answer, you can DM me after, and I'll try to get with you sometime between tonight and tomorrow. Okay, guys? All right. On that note, we're going to say until we meet again.